Get ready, Broncos country. There's a rising star in Denver who's turning heads all across the league. Former coaches, scouts, and analysts are all buzzing about wide receiver Pat Bryant, and he might just make you rethink everything you thought about the number 13. Bryant is bringing a fresh dynamic to the Broncos offense, and he's going to be a key weapon in making sure Bo Nix avoids that dreaded sophomore slump. This guy isn't your typical wideout. He brings something different, and today we're diving into what makes him such an exciting fit in Sean Payton's system. Now, if you remember the NFL draft, eyebrows were raised when Denver took Bryant in the third round. A lot of fans and draft watchers were confused. He wasn't high on many mock drafts, but Payton didn't flinch. In fact, he took a direct shot at those mocks, saying the media often builds a narrative that doesn't reflect reality, and more importantly, doesn't reflect what real football minds see on tape. Sean Payton has a proven track record of finding receiver talent in any round, and when he says Pat Bryant reminds him of Michael Thomas, yes, that Michael Thomas, it's worth paying attention. Payton knows how to develop talent, and he clearly sees something special here. Let's look at some data to back that up. If we check out advanced metrics from last season on rookie wide receiver performance, we see something surprising. The chart showing targets per route run versus catch reliability tells an interesting story. While big names like Malik Neighbors dominated in volume, Bryant is right up there in efficiency. His reliability puts him ahead of prospects like Keon Coleman, and even Adonai Mitchell, who went earlier in the draft, had issues with drops by comparison. And it's not just about one stat. Even someone like Troy Franklin, who wasn't targeted as often, shows up well when the ball comes his way. But Bryant, he's quietly making a case as one of the most dependable hands among rookie receivers. Sean Payton made it clear last season, if a rookie wide receiver can play, he's going to see the field. And now, with Pat Bryant in the mix, Broncos fans should be fired up. Payton clearly believes in him even more than some of the other receivers taken later in the draft like Troy Franklin or Naku Avell. There's a reason for that. One of Bryant's former coaches, who also worked under Payton and has a scouting background, had this to say after coaching him at Illinois. This dude is an absolute dog. That's not just coach speak. It came with real praise, backed by Bryant's dedication and work ethic. According to a recent piece in the Denver Post, Bryant continued to show up to Illinois practices and spring games even after he had finished his college career, despite cold, gloomy weather and no obligation to be there. No rain gear, no excuses, just a guy who loves the game. That's the kind of mentality that earns a spot on an NFL roster. Yes, critics have pointed to his 40-yard dash time as average, but here's the thing. When you actually turn on the film, he never looks slow. He consistently creates separation, often with subtle technique, using his offhand just enough to gain that extra space. That's exactly what a pinpoint accurate quarterback like Bo Nix needs. A target who knows how to get open, even if he's not blazing fast in shorts. Watch the tape and you'll see him roasting top-tier Big Ten defenses, including Nebraska's strong unit. One standout moment came against Rutgers, where Bryant sealed the win with a walk-off touchdown that brought back shades of Demaryius Thomas. On that play alone, he beat 5 defenders. 5. It's not just about speed, it's about route running, positioning, physicality, and football IQ. And Pat Bryant checks all those boxes. Now tell me, does that look like a slow receiver to you? Pat Bryant has been turning heads even before taking a single snap in the NFL. He recently appeared at the NFL Rookie Premiere, where top incoming talent gets introduced in their new uniforms. Fittingly, Bryant was rocking the same jersey number as Michael Thomas, and he's not changing it. That's his number now. He's owning it. Even more exciting is the chemistry already developing between him and quarterback Bo Nix. When asked if they'd connected, Bryant revealed that Nix texted him immediately after the draft. That kind of quick outreach isn't something you do for a player who's just expected to sit on the bench. It shows intent, belief, and leadership. And Bo Nix is going a step further. He's already organizing a quarterback wide receiver retreat. Part vacation, part work. The goal? Build chemistry, get reps, and start preparing before OTAs even begin. Golfing, training, route running, the full package. That's the kind of commitment that builds great offenses. Add to that another incredible scene. Pat Bryant, R.J. Harvey, and Jaquan McMillian recently connected with Peyton Manning. Yes, that Peyton Manning. It's a reminder that the Broncos' legacy runs deep. Manning isn't doing this with Colts rookies. He's here in Denver, helping shape the next generation of Broncos talent. And it's not just Broncos fans feeling the excitement anymore. National media is starting to buy in. The buzz is growing, and it's no longer just wishful thinking from orange and blue faithful. Writers across the NFL landscape are acknowledging the momentum in Denver. One standout voice, Seth Wickersham, who's currently writing a new book on quarterback development and scouting. One of his case studies, Bo Nix, and how Sean Payton zeroed in on him after missing out on a generational quarterback like Patrick Mahomes years ago. That's a huge statement, and it shows just how much belief the Broncos have in their new offensive foundation. Sean Payton has never forgotten what happened in 2017 when the Chiefs jumped ahead of him in the draft to select Patrick Mahomes. That moment stuck with him, and ever since, Payton has been working on a system to identify elite quarterback talent before the rest of the league catches on. That system may have led him straight to Bo Nix. National journalist Seth Wickersham, known for deep dives on the NFL and books about powerhouse franchises like the Patriots, is now highlighting Payton's scouting process in his latest work. According to him, Payton didn't just pick Bo Nix, he targeted him, using a refined method built to avoid missing out on the next Mahomes ever again. The buzz around Nix is growing fast. Kay Adams recently shared a post saying Bo Nix to the moon, and James Palmer of NFL Network noted that Denver isn't trying to fly under the radar anymore. The message is clear. The Broncos believe they've arrived, and they want everyone to know it. The energy in Denver is shifting. On defense, there's been a major upgrade with players like Talanoa Hufanga, Jaquan McMillian, and Dre Greenlaw. But the offense, it's just as exciting. Pat Bryant brings versatility to the slot. He can run every route in the tree. Marvin Mims finished last season strong, and Troy Franklin is poised for a leap in year 2. Even Nakua Vela is expected to take a step forward. For the first time in a while, the Broncos have a backfield they can trust. And with the addition of Evan Engram at tight end, the offense is taking shape in a big way. The narrative is changing, not just in Denver, but around the league. And it's a reminder to block out the noise, especially when it comes to mock drafts and preseason hot takes. Take Caleb Williams, for example. Despite being hyped as a generational talent, his final college season raised some serious questions. Advanced metrics show he ranked near the bottom in delivering catchable passes from clean pockets. Even more surprising, he took more sacks in clean pockets than almost any quarterback, largely because he held onto the ball too long. Meanwhile, Bo Nix thrives on quick decision-making and efficiency, traits that fit perfectly in Payton's system. So don't get caught up in mock draft rankings or internet hot takes. The idea that Pat Bryant was a 6th-round talent? Sean Payton clearly disagrees, and his track record speaks for itself. He was right about Michael Thomas. He was right about Bo Nix. And now it's looking like he's right about Pat Bryant too. The energy in Denver is undeniable. Defensive end John Franklin Myers is already talking about leveling up this offseason, and he's just one of many names helping elevate this roster. From top to bottom, the Broncos are stacking talent and momentum. Let's not forget, Denver now has a rookie quarterback who's already accomplished historic feats, even with limited support around him. Bo Nix finished his first year with the second most passing touchdowns by a rookie in NFL history. And he did it despite injuries, a lack of a true number, one tight end, and a running game that rarely broke 100 yards. Still, he delivered. He recorded the highest single-game completion percentage ever by a rookie quarterback. He's also the only rookie in NFL history to throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in multiple games. With a revamped roster, smart coaching, and a proven quarterback development system in place, the Broncos aren't just hoping for a turnaround, they're building one. So yeah, go ahead and clear your schedule in January, maybe even February, because this team is gearing up to make a serious playoff run, and the rest of the league is starting to take notice.